doubt they're ever going to watch this, but if you are here, then I'll ask you to please listen to this, alright? Because I'm going to try and do this calmly, nicely, and whatever else, right? You're not going to like it. No way you're going to like it. But constructive criticism and all that, yeah. I'm a player who's played your game for many years, many years. Um, I started off with World at War briefly, enjoyed, you know, that part of it. Um, Black Ops 1 come out. At this time, when it first come out, I was a young lad. It was. I remember saying to my brother, "Oh, I got to round 27. I paused it and I went to click to resume. Instead of clicking to resume, I clicked end game. Panicked that I clicked end game and accidentally ended up quitting the game and ended the game, and that was my highest round." Black Ops 2 come out. I was so excited for it. I remember my dad bought it and he bought it round, and I just sat on the zombies, and most of them played multiplayer, and like I just really just separated from everybody who I played with, and I just was a zombies player. From there, um, I started doing a lot of things with, you got your transit or whatever, but what took my which changed the game for me was survival bus depot, and I was, I think, 300th or something in the world, and you had 100 odd people, 150 people who had glitched it and cheated. I never got to try the attempt with the ray gun Mark II because I didn't buy buried at the time. I weren't really into buying maps and things like that. Obviously, in the end, I did. Um, so I never got to try it with the ray gun Mark II. But yeah, at this point, I'm all about being high up in the leaderboards. I started realising I'm one of the best players on the platform. And I'm not trying to brag there when I say that, but I knew from early I was one of the best players on the platform. Um, then, Black Ops 3 come out. Um, Obviously, I loved that. I was on PS3 at the time, so they were promising that they were going to get all the maps degraded, so I bought the game. They didn't get all the maps degraded. We got the Horizon Drac, and then it stopped there. We got Giant shortly after that. I bought the PS4 a little bit later than everybody else did, just because I've never been one to be a sheep and do what everyone else is doing. Um, and I think in the end, just before Black Ops 4 came out, I'd vowed not to buy Black Ops 3 again because I'd already paid for it and they'd let me down. And I did that. I bought it and did it all. I did it all over a course of a weekend, but I had players who knew, I run a zombies community, so I had players accessible to my fingertips that I could just go boom, boom, boom. I know what I'm doing. I've watched the videos. I ain't played the map, but I'm a survivor. Nothing's gonna get me knocked down. I can do this. I can do that. Let's go. And we got them all done over the course of a weekend. Even the Horizon Track was very different. The Easter egg was very different. I weren't expecting that. I didn't watch the Easter egg for that because I'd already watched the PS3 version. But let's get into why you've ruined your game. Right. Black Ops 4 come out. I'm going to carry on a bit. Black Ops 4 come out. During Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, I was doing world records. My last one I tried was the IX or 9 Black Ops 4 Easter starting room challenge. I got to 52, which at the time, with all the stuff that was released, obviously now there's a lot more stuff. Or after I'd done the attempt, there was a lot more stuff brought out to keep you alive. New talismans or whatever you want to call them, and all this stuff that you could use that now could have made you survive longer. So I don't know where I am now, if I'm still in the top 10 or whatever, but at the time I was second in the world, and I blue screened 2 rounds away from being number 1 in the world. And then that's it. That was when the door closed for me. It closed because I'd sat there, and not only that, the 150 Easter egg on classified, blue screening on round 87, I believe it was, and the world record people had been using a trap to kill all of their zombies when I was actually killing the zombies, like their final kill count at the end of the cam, because I was watching the videos on the world record, the world record site where you have to submit the YouTube footage, and they were just using traps to get their kills. So when I had put in all that effort actually killing the zombies, and I wanted to go number one, but actually have the zombie kills and show people that you don't have to use these methods where you basically are not playing the game. You're basically looking for a way to take a shortcut and, not get any enjoyment out of it. I was showing you that there's a way to get the enjoyment out of it, kill the zombies, have that adrenaline rush, and still end up with the same result. Now, let me show you why this game is dead. I'm going to start off by saying I just did a video explaining that I just went into an online game on Firebase C, got some random people, started chatting away. They weren't even having their mics on. I'm making a joke about their name, they turned their mics on, I've got people talking. I mention Easter egg, boom, off we go. Within about 30 minutes or so, I'm now sitting here where I am with the Easter egg completion. And let me talk to how we get to this step. It dates back to Infinite Warfare. Black Ops 3 was a brilliant game. Infinite Warfare was the next one. Now, Infinite War, they don't deserve as much stick as what the other two do, and I'm going to explain why. Because even though not a lot of people like that, and even me myself included, haven't still to this day, even as a DLC holder for the last two maps, haven't played them, haven't completed them, and I lost interest after Attack of the Radioactive, which I didn't think I even completed either. I played a few games of it though, yeah, and I lost my interest after that. But Spaceland and the maps prior to that, they weren't too bad. Raven of Redwoods was decent, and they might have gone off target a bit with their ideas and messed up a little bit at the end, but the base game I think was okay. There was nothing wrong with it. They took a different spin on it. A lot of people though, they didn't like it, which is fair enough. Now, you've got these top games coming out nowadays where you've got these battle royale modes, you've got, your Fortnites, your what's it called? Apex, all sorts of stuff. And my community, my zombie community, I was finding after Infinite Warfare that I would go on there and I had set this up where I was going into games, I had moderators and we were testing players to make sure they were at a certain ability, so that I had a community that was different to all the other communities, where you could go in that community and you could guarantee no matter if you say you want to play, you're getting decent players in there who are going to reload before and tell you to throw monkeys before grabbing a max ammo. They're gonna run away from you when you're down, circle back and pick you up. The base things. Decent players know what they're doing. Easter eggs, know the steps, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, there was just like one or two people online at times. Maybe like not even that. Sometimes out of all them hundreds of people, Zombies would be the last game that they were on. And the reason for that is because obviously after Infinite Warfare, the hype was real for World War II Zombies. Everybody in my community was talking about it. Everybody. World War II this, can't wait for World War II. Infinite Warfare's gone a bit pants. Can't wait for it. Oh yeah, I'm so excited. Yeah, Boom, it come out. And it was just like, man, this is a bit not what I was expecting. It's not very good, didn't enjoy it. I think I played up to the Darkest Shore on that. Or did I do the next map? I think I done the map after the Darkest Shore. I think I have the Easter egg completion for that. I think I do, because I seem to remember putting guns in the floor and giving a geezer the guns. So I think I did do it. But I think I'd done it once, and that was it. So yeah, and now obviously anyone that was left, any of the zombie players that were left that stuck with it, they're like, right, well, Infinite Warfare was disappointing. World War II, I was so excited for it, and now that's let me down. Like, okay, I'm done. And then some of us were like, yeah, no, I'm not done. The next game's Black Ops. Yes, Black Ops 4. Boom, can't wait. And this is where you had me like, this is it now. This is where the resurge is going to come. It's going to breathe life back into the game. Everyone's going to be back on this. Everyone loved Black Ops 3. This is Black Ops 4. And no. You had maps that were... Now everyone's talking about it failed because there was 3 maps on launch. That ain't why it failed. It failed because there was 3 maps on launch. 2 of them were based on new characters that nobody cared about. That was one of the problems, yeah? You made 3 maps, but you decided, right, okay, we're not going to make it about this crew. We're going to bring another crew in and try and start a whole new story. Right? That was wrong. Because nobody had any interest. A lot of people that play, they like the characters. You know, even in that game I just played there, Firebase C, I have them telling me about how they miss the characters. You know? And people do. It's not the same. Yeah? Them characters with them characters. People would not have cared about your story. They wouldn't have cared if you changed it. If you decided, right, we won't have them die here, we'll carry it on, and people would have turned a blind eye, kind of the way how in films people die in films, but then, you know, like Han from Fast and the Furious. Nobody cares that Han's back alive. They're not going to sit there and hate on the fact that Han's alive. Why? Because they love the character. Yeah? But you guys stopped with your characters and you decided, right, what we're going to do, we ain't got much storyline left to tell, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a new story, we're going to base a few maps off of that, we're going to give them 3 maps at start, but nobody played them. Everybody played Blood of the Dead. 9, I think people liked 9. 9 was interesting, but it weren't because of the characters. People didn't care about the characters. The map was just interesting in itself, and the map layout was quite good as well. So it weren't the fact that you had 3 maps. What it was you'd lost half the players already because of the other 2 games. So now Black Ops 4 already was at a hard place because it was starting off in a position where these other 2 games had already stuck dynamite on their launch, and there was already dynamite sitting all around it ready as soon as they launched it, because they'd already had players already disappointed and in that stage of, well, this is a bit crap, I don't really care, you know, it's a bit shit, you know, I can't be bothered with this. What they decided was, right, okay, we're going to put these difficulty settings in. You know, you can play hardened or whatever, yeah, 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit. That's totally wrong. That is not what people want at all. At all. I do world records, and I tell you now, I don't want that. I want it where it's, you know, same health, but I get to round 50 and they're piling on me to the point where I cannot survive. That's what I want. That's what a veteran player will want, is that option to make it overly difficult. Not that, oh, you've only got 1 hit of life or 2 hits of life. No one wants that. I want my full health, but make it harder and make me die quicker. Yeah, I don't want to sit here for 3 days. That's why I started doing starting room challenges. I don't want to sit here for 3-4 days playing, leaving my computer on overnight just to beat all these chumps, right? And then you had your blue screens. Your blue screens ruined the game as well, because the people that did stick about, like me, I got to 52, I'm 2nd in the world, right? Boom, blue screen. I'm 2 rounds away from being number 1 in the world on a starting room challenge. And I never tried to do another world record attempt after that. Because, like, what was the point? And it weren't even that. It's that even after you fixed it, you'd already killed my soul. Because a lot of the game is down to luck as well, yeah? Like having max ammos drop and certain things drop, and that can be a bit lucky at times. So you'd killed my soul, because I would have been number 1 in the world, and you took that from me. You took something from me that I couldn't get back, and there was no way back from that. You couldn't make that up to me, because you'd done that. You blue screened me 2 rounds off of me having the world record. On the leaderboards where you have to submit the YouTube footage. It's on my channel, yeah, where I blue screen. It's on my channel. It's on my channel where I blue screen at round 87 on classified. It's on my channel, yeah. That's it. That was it for me. So, yeah, I didn't play the game. I was interested in that other mode, you know, where you pick up the coins. I was duppying people, taking people in on that, like pick good players and just smashing that. I enjoyed a bit of that. That was fun. Um, but overall, you just made a load of maps that you recreated, remodified, and people weren't happy with that. People saw that they'd paid out all this money, and you decided to put more effort in the new storyline and them maps than what you did with the actual characters that we like. And those maps, every map that you played with them was just a remake, and nobody wanted to run around. We spent days, weeks, months, years running around those maps. So you could sit there, you could redecorate this, redecorate that, but we're just running around. You could change the steps, but we're just running around looking at the same things, running the same paths, and it ain't fun. It ain't fun. You ain't got none of that, oh, this is new, I've got to learn this map. None of that. It's you already know it as you're going into it. I know this, oh, this is familiar, you know, and boom, you're already halfway there before you've even started, because you know the layout. You ain't going to get stuck here. You ain't going to forget where Juggernog is. You ain't going to, none of that. You know where it all is. You know what to do. You know what's going on. You know what I mean? Even the steps themselves, like Blood of the Dead steps, you could understand it. Like when there was a step, you could think, you know, that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, because he's, you know, and that ruined it. So, then let's get onto this game. This game. You then decided, right, okay, we've ruined this game now. We lost players because of Infinite Warfare. People stuck around. We lost more players because World War II didn't live up to the hype. And then Black Ops 4 come in with a big wrecking ball because all these players had come back and decided, right, Black Ops 4, and a lot of people did. Like even some of the big zombie players that I used to play with, yeah, that I used to look to team up with, you know what I mean, who I wanted to play with, who would ensure the best chance of me getting shit done, who keep zombies, you could do Easter egg steps without a problem, I could rely on them. Even some of them had come back for Black Ops 4, because it's Black Ops, right? So they're like, right, cool, boom. So, obviously they, and then like, no, I'm out. After the blue screens, after the remade maps, they're like, nah, I can't be doing this anymore. So you thought, alright, what can we do? We don't want to make a new mode. We'll start from scratch. Because it's a guessing game, it's gambling, innit? What do people want? If we make a mode and people don't like it, it's going to be an uproar, yeah? We took zombies away, we've replaced it with something else. If people don't like it, it's going to go crazy. So let's put zombies in, but what we do is we'll make it really easy, and in that way, no matter which way about it, all these other players, the 50% of people who couldn't get to round 10, they are going to be loving it, because now they can do things like put on Ring of Fire, stand in a corner and just press their R2 button, and then press it again, and then press the R1 and L1 button again, and then keep pressing the R2 button, and then after a little while press the R1 and L button again, and then press the R2 button again. What? Oh, 1 minute, no, that's too easy. What we do is we'll make less max ammo spawn, so they have to jump over a barrier, jump over another barrier, hit square on this box, and then run back up, because their left analog sticks just ain't getting enough attention. So let's make it so they have to use them a little bit. No mate, that's not zombies. What that is playing multiplayer, camping in the corner, stand there waiting for your enemies. Why not just like, why don't Activision and Treyarch release a FIFA? Because then like, what you can do, like when you've got all these like team of the week or whatever they call it, yeah, what do they call it, where you've got to open a pack of cards and you make your team and all that, and then you play against other people in these leagues, yeah, just like split screen against yourself, yeah, don't worry. FIFA, take a note from Treyarch here, make it so that you can get your players to split screen, play against themselves, so they can just score all day, because you love it when it's just easy. Don't worry about no competition, just let them let them click, let them use 2 controllers and just score against themselves. Put the other controller down and whoa, they're gods now all of a sudden at the game. Brilliant. Everyone's gonna want to play it. You just run in, score goals all the time. Woohoo! Great. No, it's not great at all, and people are gonna get bored of it. I'm telling you now, people are gonna get bored of it. You might be having it at the moment because it's all new and fresh, and everyone's like, yeah, look at this, stand in this corner, boom, boom, boom. But people are gonna get bored very quickly because it's just stupid. I won't do it. I think I did it the other day because I was in with my old man trying to get him to get some XP, yeah? And I tried the strat, and I don't like it. It's just zombies is running around, ducking and weaving, the adrenaline of where you get yourself into a position where you're red screening, where you're running around and you get out of it, to the point where you've got 30 bullets left in your clip. Your game's about to end, you know it, there's nothing you can do, you've run out of points, boom, there's a max ammo, that glimmer of hope, you get it, you know? Nowadays, you've got ammo boxes on the floor wherever you want. Do you run out of ammo? Don't matter, you can buy ammo anytime you like. Run out of monkeys? I'll buy them from the table. Do you want an helicopter as well? No? They're not good enough? Well, how about multiple wonder weapons all in the same map? Oh, what about wonder weapons that have got abilities and you can go and switch between the abilities if you want? You know? What about all of this and that? Oh, I know. Let's put on effects on the gun what's super effective against the boss zombies so they're easier to kill as well. What else can we do to make the game really easy so that we can attract all these 8, 10 and 12 year olds into buying our game and playing it and then keep them playing it? Make it so that you don't have to do an Easter egg to get all the perks. You can just buy them all off at the start, so you can hold as many perks as you want instead of the base 4. You haven't got to choose what perks you want anymore. That's a good idea. Let's do that. Or what about if we make zombies drop stuff as well, so then they can like pick stuff up and like grenades and that, so they haven't got to buy them anymore. That's a good idea, yeah, because then that's less points they have to spend, and they can use them to kill the zombies. What else can we do? Let's make the Easter eggs really easy. Let's make the steps, let's make less steps, let's make them less complicated, and then let's make the boss fights really easy so that we can put 4-year-olds on there. Don't worry about this, the 8 and 10 and 12-year-olds. Let's go lower. We make it that easy that my missus over there is pregnant. As soon as she gives birth tomorrow, I'm going to stick him straight on the game. And he's going to love it. He won't even know what the buttons do, but he's just tapping away. You know, like, just flinging his arms every now and then, touching the controller. And he done the Easter egg, man. He done it. He's like an hour old, and he did it. It was amazing. It was amazing. And he loves it. He can't stop tapping that controller now. Don't even ask for a bottle, he just wants the controller. Wow. I'm done with your game, let me tell you. And honestly, like, you're gonna have some success off of this because what you've done has worked. Yeah, you've got people interested in the game again, sort of, not the right people. Yeah. You've messed up because now for people to compete, they've got to switch their gameplay to your way of thinking and go and stand in the corner, and not a lot of people want to do that. Only the people that sucked at the game previously want to do that, because now them reaching around 400s is new ground to them. But like, people that can do that legitimately, and this is what I'm saying, I'm calling that a glitch, yeah? I am calling that Ring of Fire stuff a glitch, because I'm that good of a player that to me that's cheating, you understand? To me that is cheating, yeah? I feel dirty doing it. I've done it once, I feel dirty doing it, yeah? These new people you've got in playing, they're doing it now. But eventually, what you've got to understand is, if you're going to do this again with another game, or even by the time you release the rest of these maps on this game, you're going to see your numbers go down. And you know why? Because whether they're standing in a corner using their Ring of Fire strat on one map, or whether they're using Ring of Fire, standing in a corner on another map. Eventually, there's going to be a pattern of where they're just standing there, popping Ring of Fire and shooting zombies and tapping that R2 button, and it's going to get boring fast. They'll do it to get their XP, to go to a max prestige, and that'll be it. As you can see here, I ain't done it. I was prestige 6 or 5, I can't remember, in November when this game was released. Yeah, I played the hell out of D Machina. Alright, it was easy, but at the time the Ring of Fire strat weren't known straight away, so it weren't easy because you were doing it legitimate. Again, I'm using the word legitimate. So I was playing it, and then like since November to now, I've done 2 prestiges. So in like the first 2 weeks of the game, I was prestige 5, and if you go back and check my videos, you'll be able to see that. Yeah, the first 2 weeks of release, I was prestige 5, and then here I am now, prestige 7. After all this time, I have even videos where it says not played since November and things like that. Yeah, what can you do to fix it? Here's what you can do to fix it. Change it. Just change it. Just stop. Look in the mirror. Slap yourselves around the face. Tell your mum to slap you on your butt cheeks, whatever you need to do, alright? Stop going after people's money. You made enough money, yeah? You multi-millionaire companies. You don't need to keep on being greedy. You don't need to. You need people to respect you, to want to play your game. That's what you need. And if you want that, you need to put something in place for us players, us veterans, because there's nothing. Firebase C will likely now never be played again. Right, I'll probably never play that map again. I don't even know where the perk machines are. In that attempt, I found Juggernog, I found Tombstone, and I found Speed Cola. I got no knowledge of the map, and I won't ever. I will never have knowledge of that map. Long gone. That's my first attempt today. In the old days, I'd be having an alarm clock set. As soon as that map is out, I'm downloading it. Right? I'm eager to play, anticipating, watching as that download time is going, talking to people in the meantime, telling them, sorry, I've got hiccups, how much of my download is left. You know, oh, you're in the map, what's going on, like, you know. Now, I don't even know how long Firebase C's been out for, but it's been out a while, and I just don't even care to play it, yeah? Because I sort of knew. And then today I got back and I decided, right, okay, what can I do? I had nothing to do. Do I go do campaign? Nah, I'll go and do a public game with this, and it just got done. It weren't long, it weren't hard. The boss fight was just standing there at the back shooting this thing that can't even attack you, really. Like, you know, it was just pathetic. Honestly, there was no effort at all put in. I feel like I could have like been on a like 2-week bender and been falling asleep every couple of seconds and still completed that. And it's just sad. It just really is sad. And you think you've got a good game because you've got all these people playing it, but as I said to you, it's going to die out quick, mate. Because people are just going to get bored of it being too easy. And the only way I see, right, is for you to run, and I don't know if it's possible, but run away where you've got difficulty settings before the game, but that difficulty setting don't mean how hard you're going to be hit or how many times you can be hit, sorry. It means that the Easter eggs are going to be different. You know, recruit might be the way you've got it set now, you know, and maybe even there'll be different trophies. Yeah, well, maybe not different trophies. Yeah, maybe you don't need that, because maybe that's the thing that people want the most, is the trophy. Yeah, that's what they want, is the trophy. They don't care about what difficulty they do it on. All these newbie players, they just want the trophy. That's all they want. So to do that, fine. Yeah, let all these other players get the trophy. Cool. I don't care. I don't care if Jim's got the trophy, if Thingy's got the trophy. Do not care. You know, maybe give us different calling cards that we've done it on different difficulty levels. But let me go into a normal mode where there's a few more steps. Let me go into a veteran mode where there's even more steps. Let me go into an insane mode where there's even more steps and the boss fight's harder and more difficult. And, you know, let that be the thing. That's how you're going to fix your game. By making it where the Easter egg can be set to a difficulty level. Because this just ain't it, Chief. It really ain't. And as I say, go back. I mean, I've not got a lot of things on this channel because a lot of things I don't stream. I had another channel that I lost, which had a lot of my stuff on it that I'd done over the years. Back in the day, you didn't have to stream to have your record. You just had the online, in-game leaderboards. So that weren't really necessary back then. So I didn't stream it. Boom, I'm on the leaderboards and that's it. You know, you had so many thousands of people glitching anyway. So it was like, what does it even matter? Because some maps, even if you played your heart out and you're up there with the best in the world, you're still in the top 100,000 because 90,000 people have got to, around 100,000 or 286, and they've only got 14 kills and all that malarkey. Yeah. So yeah, go check my stuff and you'll see that I've done things, that I am one of the best players. I'm not got 1.4 million subscribers or nothing like that, but I ain't a tutorial person. I'm a high rounder, and unless you're making tutorial videos, nobody wants to watch you play. This game of zombies ain't Fortnite. If this game of zombies was Fortnite, I'd probably be a millionaire. I've always said that. But I don't care about that. I care about my game, and my game is ruined. You've ruined my game. You've ruined the thing that I look forward to the most out of anything else on any game. This game was my game. I love it more than anything. Not more than anything, like not more than my family and my kids, but in terms of gaming, I love this game more than anything. And you've destroyed it for me. You have. Between all of you, you've all destroyed it. And the only way you could have fixed it was by getting people in who love the game to help you with these decisions. And you ain't took nothing like that. I don't want to keep going on about it because I can talk about it for days, and you ain't going to get anything good from me. I'm not going to give you pats on the back because there ain't none to give. The maps ain't that bad, I can say that. The maps would have worked. Like your map design and all that's fine. Enemies in the game are fine. It's just the difficulty, really. The main thing is just the difficulty. Like, I will never load this up again now. I don't know if there's a way to see, but I can do a video in a few months if there's a way to see. But like, look even at my zombies challenges. Look, let me show you. And as I say, go and check my videos, and you see, like, I do world record attempts and that. Look, I ain't even done it. You understand? I just ain't. I've been playing a bit of multiplayer really more than anything every now and then, but I just ain't even done it. Look, I ain't even got 100 kills with equipment. I ain't got 150 kills with a death machine. Look, all that Ray K there is probably that one match I just did there. Outbreak I've played a fair bit of. Yeah, because it's different, and I thought, oh, I'll try that, you know. Something that we should have had a long time ago. But I just ain't done it. And it ain't because, like, oh, I'm one of them players that, like, you know, struggle. I just don't care. Look, I haven't done it. This would be all completed. I would have had this smashed. Destroyed. I would have looked to get all of these done and completed and be competitive about it, you know what I mean? To the point where I would, you know, without being honest about it, with me being honest about it, posting it in my community showing that I was the first to get it done and all of that, you know what I mean? But look, I ain't even, look. You know, I'd be putting that on my gun even though I don't really use it on purpose, just to get that. Look, and there it goes to show I ain't used Ring of Fire a lot. I think that one game, that was the first game I used it with my old man just to get him some XP. That shows it there. That I hate that strat. I hate it. It's killed my game. Because why the bloody hell am I going to run around training zombies and actually doing it legitimate, again, using the word legitimate, right? Taking all that time and all that effort and all that skill when this other 12-year-old boy or 14-year-old, and I'm sorry, I'm being a bit ageist there, I apologise for that, some other player, let's say, because it's not just kids, some adults are not very good at the game, right? Because they, standing in the corner with Ring of Fire on, they can do what I'm doing, which I'm putting in all that effort to do, but they can do it in less of a time, with less of an effort, and get to the same place I'm at when I'm playing my art out. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, because you're mugging me off. You're mugging me off, because this what's took me 14 hours and all that effort, this dude's just done it in 2. And he ain't broke a sweat. Or used his left analog stick at all. Ridiculous. You killed the game. And you'll see. You might be having a bit of success now, but there's going to come a time where people are going to get bored of this, and zombies is no longer going to exist because you've destroyed it. You've stuck a virus into the game that will slowly eat away at its very base, at the foundations. It's going to eat away at the foundations of the game, and it won't last long. You might get away with this game, and you might get away with one more game, and after that, people are just like, oh, that's boring. And that's what it's going to be, and you only got yourselves to blame, in all honesty. And I just hope, if you do happen to see this, which you probably won't, but if you do, I hope you take what I've said into consideration and understand that this is a player that loves this game. Like, I'm not trying to put hate on you. I love this game, what you built and what you created to begin with, from World at War to Black Ops 3. You know, it was something else. You know, I can't say enough how much I love this game. I can't put it into words. Anything I did say wouldn't be right or enough. And yeah, it's not coming from somebody who just wants to, you know, pour salt on wounds or just say a load of negative things because he doesn't like your game. It's coming from somebody who loves your game, you know, and you know, that's it. You know, I'm not just some geezer who, I'm not an Apex player who's coming on here trying to talk trash about Call of Duty, or a Battlefield player that's coming to talk trash about Call of Duty. I'm a Call of Duty Zombies player who loves the game, who probably there's not another person out there, you know, that loves it the way I love it. There is, but you know, we all would think that way, and we're a select group of people that would think that way. That, you know, they're the only ones, because it's hard to meet players like yourself, and when you do, you get really competitive because you're that good and they're that good, and you always want to be better. And it's hard to keep in touch with people like that because you always find yourself being competitive, and then you sort of end up falling out because you know that other player's good, and it's kind of hard to be a team when you've got someone telling you something and you don't want to listen because you know best, because you're a good player and you don't want to be told nothing, you know, especially by someone who could be just as good or better than you. So it ends up where you come to loggerheads and you can't really gel and play well together. I've found throughout the years the best people you can play with are the people who are just going to listen to you. They don't even need to be on your level. Just, you know, tell them keep the zombie and they can keep the zombie and go and get stuff done. You know, that's my experience of the game. But us select group of people, and obviously even people watching this, and not a lot of people would disagree with what I'm saying, you know, because they'll be in love with the fact that they've once finally managed to get to round 100, you know, the first time doing it. So they're of course going to be like, this geezer's talking rubbish, I love this game, because they've never done it before, they couldn't do it before, you know. So now this is like, oh, I can finally do it, and this geezer's talking rubbish, you know, and they're going to hate on it. But for us select players that were managing to do this before when it was hard, do the Easter eggs when it was hard, carry people through Easter eggs, get to such and such round without it being, you know, on baby level, that's the players who are going to understand what I'm saying. And we were the dedicated players, and you're going to lose us all, because I can't. I'll play your next map, I'll get the Easter egg, I'll do the trophy, but I won't play the map again, you know, especially if you're going to keep Ring of Fire in there, because as far as I'm concerned, you know, now with that ability, any corner is as good as the next. So I don't see there being a map where that strat can't be used, because it's made for it, isn't it? You know, you know, you've got that place up in D Machine, but people are finding ways to not open certain doors and do it in any map. So I'm pretty sure that, you know, any map it's going to be possible to do that strat. So in my opinion, I don't see me playing it at all. Even the starting room challenges that I loved are a bit tainted, because you can just buy ammo whenever you want now, and that excellent ability to be able to get to such and such round has been extended to the point where you can go further and it takes longer, you know, and it just sucks, just real well and truly sucks. So this is my rant over now. Fix your game if you can, you know. As I say, put the Easter egg difficulties in there where people can play different difficulties. Just try and appeal to every section. Do you know what I mean? You don't go into a shop and they're like, oh yeah, I want a chocolate bar, but we only sell Mars. They sell Mars, Snickers. They've got a variation. You understand? Like, have a variation. Have a variation. Let people bloody choose and decide what they want to do. Don't just give people one choice and one option and that's it, and we've got to deal with it, because there ain't a choice. It ain't a choice. There is no choice for me. It's just don't play. That's my only choice. Is just don't play. Don't wind yourself up about it. Don't play it. Go and play a different game. That's what this has taught me, and what I get from it. And yeah, I've got to stop because I could just go on forever. But as I say, it's just passion for your game. I'm not being negative. It's just passion for your game, and you've ruined it. You've ruined it.